Yeah. I am Lela Christine. We welcome you to Power Player Lifestyle. We have a series called Power Pod Talks. And Power Pod Talks is about featuring powerful people all across the United States and the world. But we happen to be here in Los Angeles. And my co-host is the amazing Dr. Moshe Lewis. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Looking great.
Feeling good?
Yes, doing good.
We got that
feeling
pink
great.
on again.
Yes.
We're making it happen. So we have a special guest in the house. His name is none other than Terrell T.J. Ward, football. You guys know him from football. He won a Super Bowl, and we have him here, and we're so excited to have you. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Good, good. So what do you have that's going on after football? You know, because you have this football history. You've been playing over a decade, and now how are you pivoting here during this post-pandemic?
I'm transitioning, definitely learning, the ins and outs of the business world and continuing on with my foundation, the War Boy Project, along with my brother. He also played in the NFL for a few years.
Okay.
And I also started a sports agency representing players,
Really?
mostly football players right now. This is going into our second year of operation.
Oh, wow.
Really our first year of a full season of recruiting and trying to target players from college going into the NFL.
Football. Jay-Z as well has, I think he represents athletes. I think one of his companies, and from what I understand.
Yes, Rock Nation.
Rock. So what made you decide to say, you know what, I think I want to go behind the scenes, but really in front of the scenes, and I want to take, these amazing, new upcoming football, stars in the future and be a part of your agency? How did that happen? Were you sitting at the table with your friends and say, I think I want to do this?
Yes.
Almost.
Exactly. One of my friends, just through my experiences through my 8 years in the season, dealing with multiple agents and just knowing the ins and out of the player side and kind of what my agents did and did not do for me, that I could help players coming up do better and throughout the course of the career, from college to their retirement. So that was the main reason why I wanted to dive into this. And you look out on the field or on the court or wherever the sports arena is, and it's mostly people that look like us, right?
Right.
But then when you get into the meeting rooms and sit down with parents,
right,
it's mostly people that don't look like us.
Right.
And I just wanted to change that perception, that narrative, and who else to get advice from than a person like me who's been through pretty much anything you can be through in the NFL. I was a second-round draft pick. I wasn't a high recruit in college. I walked on at the University of Oregon. So I know the ups and the downs of, that transition from college to the pros. And inside the league, I was all-pro, Pro Bowl, and I won a Super Bowl. Dealt with multiple agents, the small-time agents, the big-time agents, multiple teams, multiple GMs, multiple coaches, and I just feel that I can help players coming through navigate, the whole business side of it better than, well, I wouldn't say better than, but in some aspects better than, but just a different perspective than somebody who hasn't, that has just went to school for being an agent or a lawyer.
Right.
Absolutely. Walk us through that process, because we were talking beforehand, most people don't really know what it's like. So somebody's playing in college, let's say they're already starting to get scouted first, second year and things like that. Walk us through sort of sometimes how they're approached and the kind of things they need to keep in mind when trying to figure out who they align with.
A lot of times these agents come out the blue, right? They see you on TV,
right,
you're playing well, you're highly rated in your conference or nationally, and, they kind of just throw an olive branch out there and see if you, welcome them in, at least for an interview or sit down or talk, get to know your parents, and then it pretty much goes from there. Whoever you're comfortable with, you feel that fits what you want to do in the best way, you end up signing with. But it's not like most of them have been there your whole life. But the way the business is now, you're kind of reaching out to kids in high school with the new NIL deals, and so you're getting to know these players at a younger age, and you're kind of tracking their progress at a younger age compared to more when I came in the league, kind of just started getting recruited in college, right? When you really on national TV and people are seeing you.
Right. And then what are some of the things that somebody should look out for or at least be aware of in trying to make some of that selection? And like you said, how what you bring to the game is different because you have so much experience.
I feel like you should be looking for a personal experience. You should be looking for somebody that's going to be there for you, not only on a business or on a professional level, but on a personal level. Not someone that's just there to, get a check off of what you're doing on the field, right? They should be interested in everything, your whole entire life, your family, your friends, helping people around you get better, and that's only going to make you better. So, that's what our focus is. My company name is Player Above Sports, and a lot of times the players aren't put above everything, and that's what we want to do. We want to put them in the forefront and make sure that they're the most important concern, and not just while they're doing well, right?
Right.
Their complete career, and before and after.
I'm glad that you made that statement, not just when you're in the limelight, when you are the superstar, because everybody is going to, if you're a football player, you're doing well, there's going to come a time where you have to say, it's time for me to move to something else that will elevate my life. Because the thing about power player and what we focus on is people who are making a positive impact in society. So for you to say, I think I want to do this and help, future football players. What are some of the benefits that they would receive, meaning these amazing guys coming into the fold of your company that will be most beneficial? That's a little bit different from how you were treated, because sometimes I know that I have, colleagues like yourself who are former football players, and they have a story behind the story, the real. It's not just at the moment.
Yeah. And like you say, the real, the truth.
The truth.
I feel like we're going to provide the truth and genuine, a genuine perspective for you and genuine advice. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're not going to tell you something that it isn't just because we're relying on you to put food on our tables, right? So I'm not doing this because I need to or I have to. It's because I want to. And I didn't have this plan, when I retired. It was something that just came while I was sitting around like, what am I going to do? I could coach. I could go on TV, talk about football and critique guys and say what they're not doing well or what they are doing well. I feel like I could do more good and help more players and people on this side of the business. And it's such a big entity, the NFL, right?
Right.
It's a conglomerate. It's so many aspects of the business, and this is just one aspect that I want to motivate guys to do as well, right? We don't have to just be coaches. We don't have to just be analysts. We can get on the other side of the table and negotiate deals and help players in that way.
So with your agency endorsement deals, my big question is, did you have endorsement deals when you were active and playing? What are some of the endorsement deals? Tennis shoe, clothing?
I had Nike deal. I had some sports drinks deals, other smaller deals, smaller companies, but I wasn't the quarterback, so I didn't have the Tom Brady deals. But I had my fair share of good deals where I was provided an opportunity to promote something and get something in return.
Okay, this is good. So, as far as the age, how young do you capture these football players in the making? Like as young as in high school or elementary? How young do you guys go to recruit?
I think that with the age of social media, it's so easy to get in contact with players, and it's so easy for younger players to, realize what's coming forward, right? They can get on Instagram and see high school, college players. They can see what they're doing on a daily. They can go on an agency's Instagram, TikTok, and see what that agency's doing, and they're interested right now from Pop Warner and up. So I'd say as young as Pop Warner.
Sure. Wow.
Wow.
So what are some of those key steps that you recommend that people not make mistakes and things like that, not be too hasty, and also kind of understanding the true business, because it seems like the league brings people in probably at less than they should be valued, and then kind of Sabatru disposes of them before they really should sometimes. But it's a very difficult business to understand, like you said, because it's such a conglomerate, and you're relatively, not in a mean way, but a very small piece in a large entity.
Right.
I think they should understand that no matter who you are and what position you are, nothing's promised. So you can be a superstar today and be cut tomorrow, right? And then you have to figure out what you're going to do. So prepare yourself. It's never too early to prepare yourself for what you're going to do after football, because you don't know exactly when after football is going to come. It's an injury away, especially in football, compared to basketball or baseball. So I say take a business mindset as soon as you can. And with the NIL deals in college, it's kind of becoming that, and it's forcing the industry to become that. So now these guys they used to tell us as young players in the NFL, you're your own business, you're your own entity, take care of that. But now you got to tell these kids in high school, right, you're your own business, because they're getting deals in high school now. You have college quarterbacks and players getting $1 million endorsements deals.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. Like quarterbacks, before they even touch the college field, are being able to provide for their families, which is a great thing. It's definitely a blessing. But we're just going to see how they handle that, how they are able to actually control that type of power, right? Because with money comes power.
Exactly.
See, that's money management. That's my question. How did you manage your money when you have managers and talent agents and you have endorsement deals, and then you're playing football? So you got all this pressure. I got to run. I got to do this. I have to. And then you guys are getting hit. You got the impact of all that. So my question is, how did you manage your money? Did you manage your money? Because some football players, after their career, they're broke. So,
well, that's where the trust in the team around you comes in, because you can't do everything. You can't have your eyes everywhere. And the most important thing is that you do what you have to do on the field. Right. Because if you're not doing what you have to do on the field, then nobody around you is going to be able to eat. So you got to put a good team around you, trust that, they have your best interests in mind, and just focus what you have to do on the field. So that's another reason why the agencies are so important, because not only are you representing them on the paper, but you're also probably providing their financial team. Their managers maybe come from your agency, if not someone close to them, right? So when I came in the league, my older cousin was my manager. I trust him to handle all my business off the field and be a buffer for me. Right. Take away the things that aren't important and put the things that are important in front of me that I can focus on. Not at the same time, but when I do have a minute to step away. And then when I don't, then you handle that for me.
Okay, so you had that. So what about, like, for instance, you have all the girls and the, what do you call them? What do you call them?
Bands, groupies.
The groupies, yeah. the groupies. So how did you deal with that? I mean, because they're coming from the left, right, center side all the time, wherever you guys are at, and then you still got to focus, and you don't want to get caught up with charges. And there's a lot of football players doing... they got that personal life is serious. I mean, how did you manage that to keep yourself out of crazy?
I think
I've
always,
crazy.
My family has always kept me grounded. I've always had good advice from my parents and my older siblings and relatives. So, it's a change once you leave high school. I wasn't like that guy in high school, so I really didn't have to deal with it too much. And when I got to college, same thing. College is college. If you're on a team or you're playing ball, you're gonna have girls, trying to, date you or, get your attention or be in your space. But the NFL is a completely different beast, right? It's a completely different beast. So, like I said, I use my manager as a buffer most of the times, and I think I'm a good. Character observer. So sometimes I was wrong, sometimes I was right, but it's just sometimes it's just trial and error. But focus is mainly the best way. Focus on your craft, focus on what you got to do with yourself personally, with God, and it'll handle itself.
Have you ever thought about writing a book about your journey so that the youth could really understand it's not just pretty
Right, all glamour.
Glamour.
Actually, I have. That was one of the first things I did with my idle time, is I wrote most of a biography, right? I haven't completed it, hasn't been published yet, but it's in my computer and I'm added to it as we go.
Okay.
I didn't want to complete it yet because it was just mainly football, and I wanted to add more of what I'm doing now to it. I think it'll make it a lot better and have a lot more experiences to go in it.
And what are some of your hobbies, like besides football and, you know, the company that you're running? What do you do for fun?
I golf a lot.
Okay. See, I got to get out there and golf. I got some golf clubs.
I golf a lot.
Okay, I'm coming golfing with you. I'm serious. I have
Speaking of
golf
which,
clubs.
you feel like it helps you relax and be on a different plane, competing against yourself.
Yeah, it's a different focus. It's completely different focus, and it's very hard. It's very hard, and I've been playing for about 2.5 years now, and I'm just now getting to where I'm kind of proud of my game, right? So I can go out and play with anybody.
I'm a novice out there.
And when I play, people are like, "Oh, you're pretty good." I'm like, "Okay."
I've been working.
No, it's definitely, it keeps you patient. It keeps you patient, and other than that, I have a 2-year-old son.
Okay.
I spend most of my other time with him.
Yeah.
And that keeps my plate pretty full.
Sure.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
I can see business, golf, and baby.
I wanted to pick up on, though, something that I thought she was bringing up that was really good, which is that initial transition. It certainly seems like it can be very, very rocky. You're here, set schedule, all these things to attend to. What are some pearls, what are some advice that you have for people as they're kind of making maybe that first, 3-6 months, even maybe first year, going from winning a Super Bowl or winning a championship and almost, making the playoffs and things like that to, okay, that's it, we're not going to be playing anymore. And
I think with the business side or the transition side, some athletes are coming off a lot of success, right? You're coming off the peak of your life being in the NFL, NBA, MLB, doing what you worked your whole life for to become. And you're not going to hop right into something else and be at that same level. So just be patient with it and put that same energy you had into becoming a pro, into becoming a pro businessman or whatever it is that you want to go forward with. And just know that you're going to have those same ups and downs that you had coming through the pipeline of being an athlete. It's just going to come in different ways, and it's going to be frustrating, but you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel at some point, and you're like, oh, okay, I made the right decision. I see this progressing, and, I like where I'm at.
This is good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. So give us a shameless plug for your organization and how people can get in touch with you and the kind of work that you all are doing, the foundation and the...
Well, the War Boy Project, I'm from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, so we're mostly hubbed up there, but we're doing work throughout all of California. It used to be called the T.J. Ward Foundation, but we changed it to the War Boy Project because my brother joined it, and it's our last name, Ward. Right. And basically, we're just providing opportunities for young men and women out there to pursue different dreams, not just sports dreams. We have a broadcast program that we're getting started. We have a scholarship at, we're providing scholarships at private schools in the Bay Area. We have camps. We have, sorry.
It's all good.
Sorry, we have a mentorship program that we're building as well. So just providing, different opportunities and outlets and access for these kids that may not know what they want to do, because there's more than sports out there for us, right?
That's true.
Nice.
Well, on that note, we want to say thank you, TJ, for dropping by and being a part of the Power Player Lifestyle moment, because you are a powerful person and you're making an impact with these youth. And also, we want everybody to know what you do.
Thank you. Appreciate
what you're
you
about.
Yeah, we wanted to celebrate you. I mean, it's just so important that we hear some of the after stories before it is maybe 20, 30 years down the road. You will definitely find your ultimate destiny, and you're giving back already, though. You're not waiting, and that really made us proud, just learning and hearing what you're doing right now, right today.
Yeah, appreciate you guys letting me share that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Alrighty.